Hello and welcome to Writer Wednesdays with Sara. I'm Sara R. Turnquist. I am a clean historical romance writer and one of the 80% of creatives that struggles with a mood disorder. Today, we are taking a look at the last month and my difficulties and successes with balancing my depressive disorder, my writing, and my personal life, which any one of those three can be a little bit crazy making, right? But first, you've probably noticed that I'm not in my office. This all looks a little bit different. My husband and I are on a delayed anniversary trip, and I just am so thankful for my friends and family who stepped up to be able to house sit and kid sit so that we could have this time to reconnect and get more inspiration and rest. We are doing a lot of resting. We are in Central Florida, and no, we have not set foot in a theme park at all. Again, as I mentioned, we're here to be more relaxed, more chill, reconnect, get some inspiration, and rest. We have actually found that for me in my depressive mood disorder that I need to get away about every 3 months, even if it's just for one night away. It's really important for me to do that. So we really try to make that happen as often as we can. But back to this last month, a lot has happened in the last 30 days for me. As fast as this year seems to be flying, the time is sometimes a bit much at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. We did decide to adopt a puppy. We've been thinking about it for a while. We have a dog named Blue. He is a little bit middle to older age for his particular hybrid. He's a blue tick coonhound mixed with a lab is what the best guess is. But he's getting up there. He doesn't play really. He is very chill, very much a part of our family in that way. We're all pretty low-key people. Except for me, I can be a little high strung. I know that probably surprises a lot of you. But anyways, we got this puppy and he was precious and cute and very high energy and ready to play. My kids loved that he would play tug of war and that he would chase after the ball. But then this other thing started happening where the puppy would get a little too aggressive in his play and he started scratching and biting my kids. And this is totally normal, part of a puppy being a puppy, especially as he spent much of his young life with other puppies that were happy to play with him that way. But it made my kiddos afraid of him. It stressed out our other dog. And even when I would take him out of the kennel for a little while, he became rather aggressive with me. Again, just trying to play, but in an inappropriate way. And I actually have several pairs of pants at the ends that bore the brunt of some of that playtime. I share all of this to say that we decided it was best for the puppy to be in a more active environment with a more active family. And for us, my kids, the older chill dog, and me and my husband that didn't necessarily want to play that way, it was just best for us and for him to find another home. It was incredibly hard for me. I felt like a failure. My support system was very quick to come around me and assure me that it was indeed the best for all involved, that puppy and for our family. My boys had gotten to the point where they were actually afraid of the puppy and felt like they had to get high enough up that the puppy couldn't reach them. And I absolutely did not want my kids afraid in their own home. So it was just time. And the support system assured me that it wouldn't have been fair to any party involved to keep the puppy just because I didn't want to fail. So we gave up the animal to his previous foster mom, who also assured us that we did the right thing for everyone involved. However, I did not speak up about these intense challenges with the puppy until it was beyond too much for my emotional system. At that point, I already felt a total failure, and my husband found me sobbing in our bedroom when he came home one day. This situation, as you can imagine, did not help my mood. I'm still adapting to some medicine changes that were made a little while back, and if any of you are on mood medication or depression or anxiety medication, you know it can take 6 to 8 weeks to get fully adjusted and feel the full effects of any medication or medication changes. So in this place, I am still adapting to the medicine changes, and this whole situation with the puppy and more the way I felt coming out of it threw me for a loop. The other thing I struggled with this month was the return of frequent migraines. I am a chronic migraine sufferer and take a shot once a month to help prevent and or limit the migraines that I have. And I have rescue medicine to take when I do get a migraine. But I was getting them again, these frequent migraines. And I had a 10-day stretch where I woke up feeling fine, but by the time the afternoon came around, I was in bed in the dark, no sound, with a hurting head. And as you can imagine, this does not help an already precarious mental and emotional situation. And for those of you that have been following my channel, you have probably realized that whether it's mood related, migraine induced, or something else, I really try to push through when I can. I struggle with perfectionism. I struggle with the need to be productive every day. And it is something I'm working on. It's something I'm trying to be gentle with myself, trying to be understanding of myself. And this month was not a month that I could push through between the pain and the struggles with the puppy and all of this. And even my internal dialogue, the negative thinking that was accusing me, telling me that I was a failure, that I had done everything wrong. You guys know how that goes. It just spirals very, very quickly. So this month was not a month that I could push through, and my writing suffered. It was definitely a time, though, to give myself grace and be gentle with myself. And that line between needing to push through and needing to be gentle with yourself, it can be a struggle to find that line. And I don't always find it successfully. I don't always listen to myself successfully in that way. And it can be a struggle to enforce those boundaries that come with that line. Boundaries that you've given yourself. Boundaries that you've given yourself to say, I'm not going to push beyond this point. When this happens, I am not going to try to work or be productive or be a perfectionist or any of those things that you're struggling with. Those of you that struggle in a depressive mood disorder, you know that we have crossed that line sometimes, and it never works out well for us. But I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm praying for each of my viewers and trusting that you have that point and you know when to love yourself through this journey, or that you are learning when to love yourself through this journey. Thank you for watching. You can look back at my other months of my journey and how that balance is working out there in my playlist titled Writing with Depression. You can find that in the show notes. And next time we'll talk a little bit more about this balance with my next depression-focused devotional thought. Hope you can join me.